What's up guys, in this video I am going to take you through the best settings for Hisense Vidaa Smart TV. So if you recently got a Hisense TV or you've had a Hisense TV before, then these are the best settings for you. So you just have to go to settings at the top here. Now we are going to go through all of the settings options here. So going to the picture settings, we just have to come here, and in the picture mode we have to leave it on standard except in certain situations. Now these situations can be maybe when you're watching sports, or if it's at night, you want to leave it on the cinema night, or day you just want to leave it on the cinema day. Now majorly what you choose here actually depends on the brightness of your room or what you're actually watching at a particular time. So you want to look at the options and decide what you want for them. Now going down to picture mode, now this option allows you to make certain changes on the TV brightness, contrast, saturation, and so on. So first, coming down here, you want to keep, usually I like to bring my TV black lights to about 40. The reason is because if you leave it to be on its normal place, then the black light from the TV is going to be way high. Now for other options, you can leave them as they are, except for sharpness. Usually I like to make it a little bit sharper so that the color can pop. Now on the apply picture source, usually you want to leave this to all source. Now the reason is basically because if you leave it in the current source, then any changes you make to your TV will be applied to that particular input source. Now going to expert settings, I usually encourage that you leave these options default, because they are advanced settings, and by default they are just best for you except in certain situations which may not be that common. Now reset current mode actually allows you to reset all of the settings we've just made. Now coming down to gaming settings, now the gaming mode is usually turned off because you do not have a console in this particular case. But if you have a console, you can just turn on your game mode and you will be able to turn it on and turn it off, and the TV is just going to give you the best experience as a gamer. Now on the intelligent mode settings, now usually I encourage that you leave this to on, and the reason is basically because by leaving it on, your TV automatically uses AI to optimize the pictures that are shown on the TV. So you want to leave this to on. Now on aspect ratio, usually it is best to leave it at auto, and the reason is basically because the TV will automatically know what is best for it and just fit that picture or video to the screen. So there is no borders around the screen anymore. So you should just leave it at auto, except where you try doing it and the TV is not automatically corresponding to what the picture in your TV is showing. Now coming down to sound, usually you want to leave this option to standard, except in certain situations as well. So if you're listening to music, or if you're listening to a speech, or you want to watch sports, then you want to just change these options to whatever the condition is. Now sound mode settings, now I usually encourage that you leave all the settings here to be default as well, except for the auto volume control. Now what this does is to basically make sure that when there is a high sound at a particular point in the movie, these settings allows you to automatically reduce the sound so it does not just go high on a spike and then makes a lot of noise. Now the wall mount setup is an option that allows you the sound to be optimized if your TV is mounted. In this case, this TV is not mounted, so we're just going to leave this option off. Now for other options, you can just leave them to be default. Now speaker outputs, usually you should leave this to be TV speaker, except if you're using a Bluetooth, that is if your Bluetooth is connected, or if you have an ARC cable or the other option. But then by default it should just be on the TV speaker. Now the audio output settings, this should also be left by default, so just don't make any changes in this particular place. Going down to connection, so basically this is just you connecting your TV to all of the options or the connectivity options that the Hisense Vidaa TV offers you. So first of all, you want to be able to edit the name of your TV, so you can name it anything from here. Network allows you to connect your TV to a network. For the Wake on wireless network, now this option allows you to automatically connect to a wireless network once your TV is, not even connected by default. So like once you turn on your wireless network and the TV has connected to the wireless network before, it automatically connects to it again. The same thing with the Wake on LAN as well. So these options can just be left this way, but I usually don't advise that you leave this on because they are most of the time power consuming. On the AirPlay option, you just have to make sure that both your TV and your Apple AirPlay is connected to the same Wi-Fi. The same thing with mobile device connection, and then the HDMI cable. If you have your HDMI cable you want to connect to it. The Bluetooth also allows you to turn off and turn on your Bluetooth from here. You can use the equipment management option to pair to devices that you have. And then mobile app download is the Vidaa operating system app on Google Play Store and the iOS Play Store. Now going down to channels. Now channels allows you to be able to scan for local networks that are around you and be able to use them. In this option you can edit them. So if I click on scan, it automatically starts scanning using the antenna. If I have an antenna, it automatically scanning and searches for TV channels that are local and that my antenna can find. On the channel edits, you can just name the TV channels any name. That is basically what you do here. Now on the advanced option, I usually advise that you leave this to be default because there is no much thing to do here and it is meant for advanced usage only. Now coming down to accessibility. Now accessibility allows you to be able to automatically turn on subtitle. Now I left this subtitle in my case. In your case you can leave it to off, but usually I prefer that it should be turned on to subtitle. Now you can also select the language for your subtitle, as in this particular case. Now for the channel subtitle storage, please do not turn this on. It is not necessary for you to turn it on. Now audio type should just be left by default, so you want to make sure that the settings in your TV aligns with what we have here. And then going down to dialogue enhancements and the rest, you want to leave all of these the way they are, except in the high contrast menu option. If you turn this on, then your TV menu will have a very high contrast, just as you can see here. If I turn it off, you see, so it automatically makes the TV to have a very high contrast menu. So this is also doing the same thing. Now we want to go down to system. Now this allows you to make a lot of changes on the time, so you can use this to change the time and time zone of your TV. There is also the timer setting. Now this allows you to make certain changes as per when you want your TV to on automatically or turn off automatically. So you can use these options to make those changes after you must have set the time option. Now you can also set time for your TV to sleep as well. That is when the TV automatically turns off when nobody is doing anything on the TV. So basically that is all. You can leave all of this to by default. Now there is also the language and location, where you just have to change your TV location to whatever country you are, and then set the default language for your country as well. Now you can leave the audio language option to just English or whatever that you choose in your language. Now under the voice service, now this voice service is actually the Vidaa voice operating system that allows you to control your TV using your voice. You can download the app to get these options functioning. Now the system pin is not also necessary, but say you want to lock your TV. In my case, I actually have a password for it. That way I can, change my system pin and set it up as well. So, but if you're not stopping anybody from using your TV, then you want to leave this option the way it is. Now, also the parental control is for parents that want to limit their children from coming to the TV or accessing certain applications on their TV. To open the parental control, you need the password. So you actually need the password that was set in the previous option, that is the system pin. And it's just, like I said, is a way for parents to stop their children from accessing the TV. Now, application settings is something that will be useful to you if you have a problem trying to open apps like, say, Netflix and Prime Video or any other streaming apps. Now, clearing your cache, if you clear your cache, what it does is to automatically clear up every data that is saved on this operating system or on the applications in your Hisense Vidaa Smart TV. You should only use that option where you have a problem trying to open an application or it doesn't just work for you. Now, on the advanced setting, a lot of things can actually be done here. Fast power on, you should leave this to on. In fact, you should leave everything here to on. So this option, the enhanced viewing settings, I encourage that you leave them. Now you want to go to the supports. The about basically just shows you what your TV is about. System updates, you want to make sure that your auto update is turned on, so your TV, is automatically updated once it is connected to the internet and once there is any update that is available. Now, every other option here should just be left by default, and they just contain information about your TV, except the reset the factory default. So this basically resets the whole TV back to default. Basically, these are the best options and the best settings for your Hisense Vidaa Smart TV. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more interesting tech tips like this one.